Good morning, humanities students. So this is your lesson on how we will be using Flipgrid to do our virtual Model UN conference. So all of you have had a chance at this point to look at this document and to kind of review our timeline and the requirements for this project. Right in the introduction, I have posted the link to our Flipgrid that we will be using for this project. You're going to click it. You're going to log in with Google. Okay, and it takes you to our Model UN virtual conference. Now, it will automatically take you to the place for the opening statement. Okay, to navigate to other posts, okay, you're just going to click the topics over here and you'll select it to record. Now, let me first walk you through. So for the opening statement, okay, I've embedded a video of a student at last year's Model UN conference in Australia. And this was her country's opening statement. So watch this so that you can see how opening statements work. Once you have watched this video, okay, over here are the directions for what you need to do. So again, the introduction or the opening statement is an introduction of your country to the delegates of the conference. It's not informative or persuasive. You're just trying to give a general outline of what, where your country stands on this issue. You need to make sure that you are stating the country that you're representing right up top. So you would say, my name is Mrs. Flores and I am from Guatemala. Okay, you're going to answer these other questions, and that's it for the opening statement. In order to record, okay, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click this green plus sign. Now, let me show you real quick how this can work. All right. So it will open up a video for you. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds for your opening statement. If you don't want your face shown, or if your parents don't want that, that is fine. Okay, there are stickers and stuff you can use to kind of cover your face. However, we do need to be able to see that you're not wearing pajamas or like I'm wearing a hoodie. That's not professional. That's not how I would be if I was actually presenting to delegates at the UN. So we need to see that you're dressed for the role that you are playing. You are a delegate at the Model UN. So you don't need to wear a tuxedo or a ball gown. That is ridiculous. But you need to be wearing something that suggests you are a professional. Okay, so again, hoodie wouldn't be good. So you're going to record your video. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick and the process that you go through so that everyone is on the same page. So when you're ready and you know what you're going to say, you're going to click the record button. It will give you a countdown and then you will begin recording. Hi, my name is Mrs. Flores. I'm representing the country of Guatemala, yada, yada, yada. You're going to go into those things you need to talk about. When you're done, you can push pause, or if you mess up in the middle, you can just trash it immediately and redo it. But when you're done, you're going to push pause. You're going to click next. It will let you watch it. Okay, it'll go through the whole thing. After you watch it, if you're like, oh, I forgot to add this at the end, you can always go back and add more. If you don't like it, again, you can trash it and start over. If you're happy with what you have, you're going to click next. It will ask you to put a selfie so that they know who it is, whose video it is. And again, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. But again, remember, this is a professional conference, so your selfie needs to look professional. So you shouldn't be, like peace signing or whatever all over the place. So you're going to take a professional selfie. Okay, that's my selfie. And then it's going to ask for your display name. Okay. It should automatically show up yours because your account is tied to MCPS. Okay, but I'm Mrs. Flores. And in my title, I'm going to put the name of my country. Okay, so people can see that this is Miss Flores' video about Guatemala. I'm going to push submit and then complete. And it should have shown up here. I'm not sure why it didn't. Let's reload it, maybe. Okay, so here's my response. All right. Now, again, for the other topics, you'll click here. Okay. For national actions, this is an informative part of your speech. So you're going to be kind of outlining what your country's already done regarding this issue. I have included an example of an informative speech of a young lady talking about natural hair. So just an example of informing. Okay. And remember, you're not trying to persuade anyone yet. You're just letting them know where your country is at with this issue right now. Okay. And it's the same process. You're going to click the green plus sign, you'll record, you'll submit. International actions is an informative speech again. Make sure you're talking about these things. And then your fourth post, this is the persuasive part. Okay. You're trying to convince other countries to support your recommendations for action on this issue. This video here, this gentleman gives you 2 examples of how you can end your speech with a call to action. So you're going to answer these questions here. And then at the end, you need to close with a call to action. And this gentleman gives you 2 ways that you can do that. So make sure that you're watching this video so that you can kind of craft an effective call to action at the end of your speech. Okay. And for this part, I believe you have 2 minutes to do this end part. So again, you'll record. Now, you'll also notice that as part of this project, you have to respond to at least 2 other countries' recommendations. Okay. There is a criteria for success included in this. I'm sorry, girls. This is the criteria here. You have to respond to 2 other countries. You need to come right out. Do you agree or disagree with their proposal and why? Make sure you have some data or statistics to back up your opinion. And then at the end, you're going to make a final claim about whether or not the committee should adopt this country's recommendations. So this is how responses work. First of all, you are only responding to this topic. You are only responding to the beliefs and recommendations. However, I've not recorded a video here yet, so I'm going to go back to the first topic so I can show you how to respond to someone's video. So what you would do is you'd open up the video to watch it. Okay, you're watching their video and you're like, oh, I totally disagree. This is a terrible idea. Right here is a button where you can reply to the speech. You click it, it'll open your video. You will deliver your response, meeting these requirements. You hit record just like you did in the last one. And again, start off by saying what country you're from. Hi, I'm Miss Flores. I'm from Guatemala. I disagree with what Uzbekistan said. I don't think this is a good idea because, and then I list all my reasons. Start off by saying what country you're from. All right, so you have that. You go through the same thing again where you have a selfie. And this selfie can, maybe you'll pick a facial expression that kind of previews what your opinion is on this country's recommendation. So if you don't agree with it, maybe you're going to have a mad face or a very serious face. Okay, to show that you're displeased. All right, again, you're going to put it here. You're going to put the country that you're representing again, because it's important to know it's not Mrs. Flores that's disagreeing. It's Mrs. Flores delegate from Guatemala that disagrees. Because again, we are behaving as if we belong to these countries and we are representing these countries. You're going to submit your video. Okay. Now, when people open up this video, they'll see, oh, okay, Miss Flores proposed something and Miss Flores replied. All right. And they'll be able to watch both. Start off by saying, okay, no countdown. So that is how you reply to someone's videos. We should not be seeing replies in any of the topics except for beliefs and recommendations. Okay. We do not need reactions to informative speeches or to opening statements. What we need is responses to what a country is recommending be done about this issue. Okay, so that is what you're doing. And I just want to touch on the timeline real quick. So the week of May 3rd, that's where you're kind of reviewing all of this and learning about it. Next week, May 11th, this is where you're going to be making some decisions. Are you working alone or with a partner? Who's going to do which posts? You're going to create some kind of note card or script to help you know what to say during your recordings. You're going to practice before you record. And then again, you're going to make sure you're dressed professionally before you do your recording. Okay. Then the week of May 18th, that is when you're going to respond to at least 2 other countries' recommendations. All right. So this is essentially, taking us through the next 3 weeks, something that you'll be working on. And any questions that you guys have about this, you need to bring to office hours on Friday so that we can address those and make sure everybody is on the same page.